Hi, gang. I have some big changes coming in 2025. And so, in preparation for taking you on that journey with me, I wanted to share with you how I ended up here on YouTube. So, today I thought that I would just put on a full face of makeup and tell you my tragic tale. Hopefully, this will be cathartic for me and maybe even provide inspiration for you if you have been struggling in this past year. So that I can just focus on getting my story out to you, I am just going to list the products that I'm using today down in the description box. So before we get into it, if you would like and subscribe and hit that notification bell, I would really appreciate it. And now, let's begin. So my story begins about a year ago, a little over a year ago, when in late 2023, I abruptly left my job. And I spent the next 12 months desperately looking for a new job in my field. So that meant day after day, including weekends and evenings, searching for jobs, spending hours working on applications, cover letters, resumes, because I work in communications, which means that, I need to demonstrate when I apply for a job that I have superior writing skills and that I know how to market a product, that product being me and my skills. So, when I wasn't actively working on a job application or interviewing or preparing for an interview, I was basically just doom scrolling LinkedIn. And if you don't know, LinkedIn was kind of a difficult place to be as a job hunter in this year and really before then. And that is because there have been a tremendous amount of layoffs. I know there were a lot of layoffs in 2023, but in this year alone, in 2024, there are estimates that at least 130,000 people were laid off in the tech sector alone. And I'm sure that number is actually higher in terms of job losses because, sometimes companies have other ways of shedding headcount. It's not just through layoffs. I know that, many companies were changing over to require employees to work in office or to leave their jobs. So in that case, someone is choosing to leave technically, and they are not counted as a layoff. So what this all means is that there are a lot of people looking for jobs out on LinkedIn. There were people sharing their stories of looking for 12 to 18 months already, people sharing how they were being ghosted. Recruiters and hiring managers were openly sharing that they were getting 1,000 or more applications for one role. So it was a very tough environment in which to be searching for a job. And just some additional context so that you can understand, how much pressure I was under. I am a single mom, and I also have some health issues. So, aside from just really wanting to get back into, doing the work that I had built expertise in over the last 10 to 15 years, I also was very concerned about health insurance. In America, as you know, if you are lacking employer provided health insurance, it can be very difficult to get the care that you need at a reasonable cost. So I definitely felt under the gun and desperate to, make this transition to a new organization. And so, after all of the time that I spent doing this, kind of in line with that old expression, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different outcome. Well, if you don't have a job and you're looking for a job, you have no choice but to do that insane thing, right? And so you literally feel like you're losing your mind. And I realized that my mental health was in a very dangerous place. I had reached a point where I felt completely hopeless and helpless, and I really just did not know how to go on anymore searching. And so about that time, so this would be October, I had lunch with a good friend who, I confided in him, that I was struggling, in terms of my mental health. And being the good friend that he is, he, really talked to me about spending more time doing things that I love. Basically, hey, Shannon, you need to find a way to unplug a little bit from the job hunt, get a little bit more balance back, and, spend more time doing something that you enjoy. And I have always enjoyed makeup, and especially over the last year as I've been job hunting, you know, getting up and doing my makeup every day really was a source of joy for me, because I am a creative person. And so this served as a valuable creative outlet for me during this time. And I left that lunch really sort of kicking myself, because about 6 months before, I had seriously considered starting a YouTube channel to really, talk about my love of makeup and skincare and really share that with people. But I had talked myself out of it for two reasons. Number one, I really felt that I needed to be spending all of my time job hunting, and I didn't need any sort of distraction from that. And number two, I was concerned that if I started a YouTube channel, that I would feel compelled to buy a bunch of products that I didn't really want or need, just to be relevant, out on social platforms. And, I am someone who can't stand waste. So to me, the idea of buying things that I'm not going to use is, very troubling. Just aside from the financial aspect of that. And so at the time, I talked myself out of it. But of course, leaving that lunch, ringing in my head was that expression, a year from now, you'll wish you started today. And so I was filled with that regret, wishing that I had started that 6 months prior when I had been seriously considering it. And so that afternoon, I went home and filmed my very first YouTube video and created this channel. That video is called Purple Palette Club. It is probably awful and obnoxious. And I had no idea what I was doing, even though I, really enjoyed watching a lot of content creators, out here on LinkedIn. But the important thing was that I had done it. I had taken the step. I had, stopped letting these perceived obstacles, which was really probably just that I was really afraid, stop me. And, so that really set me on this path to regularly creating this content, which has been hard and fun and wonderful. And it's really been a blessing in my life over the last couple of months. Now, during this time, these last couple of months while I've been creating content, I had also decided that I was going to take a real break from job hunting, because I really just needed a reset, so that I could, really just focus on healing and this creative outlet of makeup and content creation. And so I did run into the problem that I was concerned about. And you can probably look back at some of my videos and see this. I did, in fact, fall into the trap of buying products that I certainly didn't need, and maybe didn't even really want, just because I felt the need to keep up, right? Like if I want to share with people, I want to build a community, then I need to be reviewing the latest and most exciting products. And the bottom line is I don't want to do that anymore. I want to be on this platform in a way that feels authentic to me, that makes me feel good about the way that I am consuming products, and in a way that actually brings me more joy in terms of the things that I already own. And so here we're getting into the big changes that I am looking to make in 2025. Okay, so I have developed 2 beauty resolutions for 2025, and I already sort of alluded to the nature of the first one, and that is to really use and enjoy the products that I already have. I have a sizable makeup collection for someone who's really just been a beauty enthusiast. And this is especially true when it comes to eyeshadow. And so what I have found is that I'm really just not using, hardly even a fraction of the makeup that I currently own. And I do not want to continue to just mindlessly buy products. This does not mean that I won't buy anything this year, or that I will not be trying new things. I certainly will, but I want to be really mindful about those purchases. So, as a mechanism for all of this, I am going to do my very first Project Pan in 2025. And what I'm envisioning is a rolling Project Pan where I swap out products every month to 6 weeks. I'm going to be learning as I go here in terms of how to do a Project Pan and what that looks like for me, since I've never done one. So yes, this will be a really great way for me to really enjoy the products that I have, and to find out if I even want to keep some of these products. So I'm excited about kicking that off. As a first step for that, I am going to be filming and sharing a video with you where I show you all of my makeup collection, which is a little bit embarrassing for me, simply because, as I said, I feel like I have a lot. I have more eyeshadow than anyone could use in a single lifetime. But I want to sort of put all my cards on the table, so to speak. Possibly I'll go ahead and declutter some things, and then go through those products that I want to select for my first sort of Project Pan month. So I am looking forward to getting that started. So watch for those videos in the next week or two. The second, and I better keep putting on some makeup. I just sort of stopped. The second beauty resolution that I have is to invest more time in what I put in my body than what I put on my body. Okay. And so again, as someone who is purchasing a lot of stuff designed to help my skin look better, and my nails and my hair, it's not realistic to think that those products are going to make a big impact if my nutrition is awful. And the reason that my nutrition is awful is because really a lot of times I just don't feel like eating. And so I just want to do what is quick and easy. And a lot of times those quick and easy solutions are not the healthiest solutions. And um, so I am going to place a focus on increasing the nutrition around things that I eat and drink, and that will make me healthier. And I do know that as a beautiful side effect, my hair and skin and nails will all look better, and maybe I can stop purchasing products for those areas, the fluff products. So, if you are interested in seeing that part of the journey, I haven't really decided how much I'm going to share of that here on my YouTube channel. I am on Instagram as well. And so I feel like Instagram is definitely going to be a place where I, share some of that shorter form content. But if you would like to see content like that here on my YouTube channel on that part of the journey, please let me know in the comments below, because I definitely want to share anything that would be useful for you or would maybe inspire you to make positive changes in your life. And, along the same lines, if you have any tips to share on, starting this journey on healthier eating, I would welcome those as well. I used to know this sort of thing like the back of my hand. I've been through periods in my life where I actually, had a really, healthy diet. And I've just sort of gotten away from it, given how hard I was working before I left my job, and, being a single mom and having the health issues that sometimes cause fatigue and pain. I've just sort of let that go. And the truth is that I would have also more energy, and would probably have fewer problems with chronic inflammation if I just cleaned up my diet. So this is going to serve a lot of benefits to me, and I am scared and also looking forward to starting this journey in the new year. So those are my 2 resolutions for beauty. As a writer, I know that things are better in 3s, but I'm not going to make up a 3rd. I feel like these 2 are going to be plenty, and I am probably going to pull out my copy of Atomic Habits to sort of figure out how to layer these changes in so that I'm not setting myself up for failure by trying to do too much at once. If you haven't read Atomic Habits and you're looking to make changes, I highly recommend it. I'm convinced that it is a great system. And apparently I cannot put on mascara to save my life while I'm having a conversation. So just working with some clubs here, people. But yeah, that's what I'm going to be working on. And obviously I have some planning to do. The holidays are still here. This is the day after Christmas as I am filming this. I have had a little bit of a tough week. My cat Skits, who some of you have commented about him playing in the background of my videos. He actually got really, really sick late Sunday, early Monday. So I spent Monday at a veterinary's office and then also transitioning over to an animal hospital where they were hoping that they could work through his issue and that surgery would not be necessary. They ended up having to do that surgery on Christmas Eve. And so it's just been sort of a daily, check-in with the doctors at that animal emergency center, figuring out what his care should be day by day. It's been really tough not having him here. I miss him like crazy. And I just got the call this morning that he is ready to come home. So later on today, I am going to pick him up. I do have two cats, one of whom would be classified as a teenager, okay? And Skits is definitely an adult. And so I'm a little worried about how it's going to work out when I bring Skits, also known as Big, home because, it's not like I can have a conversation with my other cat, Little, like, hey, you need to lay off a Big. He has had surgery. So hopefully the vet, when I pick him up, will be able to give me some good advice on how to deal with a pet who is healing while you have another crazy cat in the house. Apparently, it's going to take Skits maybe about 2 weeks to completely heal from his surgery. So on that too, if you have been through a situation like that, or, you have two pets and you've had to deal with getting one to lay off the other, please let me know. Skits may even have a different diet now that I have to implement. So it's going to be like, how do I keep, Skits eating his special food and Little out of his special food? I haven't quite figured that out. So going to be dealing with a lot. So as I wrap up today, I just really wanted to thank you for, hearing my story. If you've hung on this long, as I said, I hope you will join me on this journey. I know that many people are concerned more about, overconsumption and also diet. And by that, I don't mean losing weight. I mean just being healthier overall. And so would really like to have you as a part of a community looking to make those positive changes in life. And yeah, I am gonna wrap up here with some lipstick and get ready to get on with the rest of my day with my son and getting my baby home. So thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next time. Bye.